Well, good day and welcome to DriveTime, and today we're going to talk all things marketing. And if you're ever frustrated with marketing, or you sit there and you think marketing just seems to be an expense, I don't know how to turn it into an investment. I meet a lot of business people who struggle with marketing because it's just something that changes so quick, and buying customers is challenging. I want to spin that around. I want you to feel like, what would happen if you were able to buy as many customers as you needed? What would happen if, and I want to stress that point, marketing is the buying of lifetime customers. So we need to profitably buy lifetime customers. You need to, in your business, be buying lifetime customers. And so when you look at why marketing is important into a company, it is the lifeblood of a business. What is the job of a business? To get and keep customers, to get customers and keep them coming back, to get customers and keep them returning. And so the buying of customers is really what marketing is. And so my definition is very simple, and that is marketing is the profitable buying of lifetime customers. So let's look into how we do that and understand that here today. The challenge for most business people is that marketing is not something that they've studied. It's not something that they've understood. Most of us are great at the job of our business, but rarely do we get great at the job of getting new business. So that's really what I want us to understand from today's drive. Oh, thanks for typing in where you're at. And yes, happy Halloween, Emilio. That'd be fantastic. If you're new to DriveTime, we all type in where we're at so we know where we're driving to today. All right, let's get down to the fundamentals of why marketing is important. Any business needs to acquire new customers and needs repeat business, right? That's really the essence of what we're trying to do. The acquisition of a new customer is really about investing money into marketing that gives you a return. Now, most people are not feeling that way about marketing. Most people are frustrated by it because it's not something I understand. And if we look at the basic fundamentals of marketing, what we're trying to do is communicate and educate, okay? Your goal is to communicate. Your job is to educate the market as to what is marketing, how does it work, okay? Your job is to educate the market as to what is your product and how to buy your product or service, okay? So if you think about it, if I was to look up your product or service, how would I know how to buy it? Remember this about marketing. In this day and age, and Marcus Sheridan puts it really great in his book, They Ask, You Answer. In this day and age, the average prospect has done their research online to a point of somewhere between 60 and 80% of the purchase decision. So you think about how you buy today. You go online, you research what you're looking to buy, and doing that research, you put yourself in a position that says, all right, what am I going to buy and how am I going to buy it type thing. So if you invest, say, $1,000 in a marketing campaign and it buys you 20 new customers, each one costs you $50 type thing. So your job as a marketer is to make more money out of that. If we think about growing our business, and here's the first number I want you to be clear on in your marketing, because marketing really is more about math than it is about creativeness. Marketing is really more about the science of buying than it is about the creativeness of it. What are people typing in online? What are people searching for? What are people thinking about when they go to buy your product or service, right? If I am doing the math of marketing, the first number I need to know is how many new customers do I want per day or how many per week? Because people say, oh, I want as many as I can get. That's not true. If you got too many, you wouldn't be able to give good customer service. If you got too many, you wouldn't be able to take care of your existing customers and give them the service levels that they need, want, and desire in order to get the repeat business that you need, want, and desire. So let's think marketing in terms of how do we make certain that someone is going to find us, learn enough about us, and know, like, and trust us in order to be able to make a purchase decision. So how much do they need to know, like, and trust? Well, generally they need to read a whole bunch, and that's why having a blog is so important, because each blog article teaches them more about your company, how to buy what you sell, what to do, what to look for, what are the questions they should be asking when they're buying your product or service? How do you compare your product or service with anybody else? What's the price point of your product or service? All these things that people are wanting to find out before they make a purchase decision. If you just think of it as to what do you want to find out before you make a purchase decision with people, then you're thinking along the right terms, okay? Now, let's go back to, again, the definition of marketing: profitably buying lifetime customers. So, once you know how many new customers you need to buy, then the question is, if I've got the number of new customers I need to buy, now my question is, how many leads do I need to generate in order to generate that many? Because if you know, let's say your conversion rate is, if 10 people contact you, whether they call you, come into your store, email you, DM you, whatever it is. If 10 people contact you, let's imagine you know that you get 2 sales, right? Out of every 10, you get 2. So you get a 20% conversion rate. Then what we say for your business is that if I want 10 new customers a week, I've got to generate, if my conversion rate again is 20%, I need to generate 50 contacts per week. So I need to generate 50 conversations, or generate 50 leads, or 50 prospects per week. So you then need to work backwards, and this is one of the great things about planning. Once you know the end result, you can work backwards. And if I say, okay, I got to generate 50 new contacts per week, how am I going to generate 50 new contacts per week? And then you break that down. You say, okay, I think I can get 2 from referrals, all right? So I've got to get 2 contacts from referrals, or maybe I can get 1 contact from referrals every day. And then I take a look at, where am I going to get the next ones? Okay, social media, or I've got to get 1 contact per day, and so on and so forth. So if you break the marketing down into how many contacts do I need in order to be able to get that many sales, then everything works pretty easily. That's what we're trying to do. Building a marketing plan is starting with the end in mind and saying, okay, how many leads do I need in order to generate how many sales? Where am I going to get those leads from? And yes, you've got to work all the different methodologies to generate those leads. And if that means you got to do some study, then do some study. If you haven't studied my 30X business or read 9 of my books are on marketing. Out of my 18 books, 9 of them are on marketing. My brand new one, Raise Your Hand Marketing, Buying Customers, Instant Leads, Instant Promotions. All of these books are on marketing, and I want you to know that as a business person, as an entrepreneur, you've got to be good at marketing. You just have to. Marketing is the lifeblood of your business. It's about getting customers and keeping customers. It's about getting new business and keeping that business. All right. So once we've got the connections, once we've communicated with these people, once they've contacted us, now it's about conversion. So what do they need to see then? What do they need to read? What do they need to understand in order to be able to buy? How do you need to educate them so they know that your product or service is better value? How do they need to understand it? Think about this person buying. Most people have never ever made a purchase decision, or it's been a while since they made a purchase decision to buy what it is you sell. You're an expert in what it is you sell. They are not. They don't know how to buy it. So your marketing has to communicate with them and educate them how to buy, what to buy, when to buy it, what questions to ask, all of these things. Some people think marketing is about being creative and all that stuff. No. Think of marketing like farming a prospect. Most people, when it comes to marketing, are too busy hunting. They think, I run an ad and people call me and buy. That's not the way marketing works. You run an ad, people say, hey, I'm interested, and then you've got to communicate with them multiple times in order to make the sale, all right? Now, that's not just a salesperson's job, that's marketing's job. What brochures do they need? What letters do they need? What questionnaires do they need? What videos do they need to watch? How many testimonials do they want to see about this product? That's what we're thinking about in every single case. What is it that these people need to understand? What is it they need to learn? What is it they need to know in order to buy? And this is the crazy thing about it. When someone is really actually interested in buying, they will do as much research as they possibly can in order to make the purchase. They will do more research than you can imagine. And it's really interesting that when you want to see a high conversion rate, and again, the higher the price point, the more people will want to read. If I'm selling something worth $30 or $40, then yes, the spiel on Amazon with the 10 most valuable points or listed points and a few questions answered and a few testimonials will get the person across the line. If I'm trying to buy something worth 30, 50, 100,000, then I'm going to want to read 30, 50, 100 pages of information. The higher the price point, the more information someone is going to want to study. And if you think about it this way, that if it's 10 grand, they're going to want to read probably 30 to 100 pages. That's sort of an initial price. So how many blog articles do you need? How many videos do you need? How many things about how to buy? Not just about what your product is and about how great you are, but about what it is, how to buy it, and how to make a decision around it. This is Drive Time for today. What's your biggest lesson? Type it in for me below. Make sure we know where we went on the drive, so type in where you're at and your biggest lesson. Take care. Talk to you again soon. If you like this Drive Time, share it with everybody.